7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What's up, people over at YouTube? I'm Stefawn Thompson.
I'm Michael.
And this is the SMH Show podcast. And we talk about whatever we can think of to talk about for your enjoyment. So, today we got a few things on the topic we want to talk about. We're going to start with the new ride at Universal Orlando Studios in Orlando, Florida, in their Hogwarts section. What is it called?
It's called the Hogwarts Magical Motorbike Adventure.
Yep, and it is their newest ride to show up. And I have yet to ride it.
I haven't rode it yet either. I have heard some good things about it and some bad things about it, but that wait time is no joke.
Yes, so you probably have already heard, but the wait times are about up to 8 hours, and they are not exaggerated. But from the things we know about the ride, like one of the things, it is is it an indoor roller coaster or an outdoor?
It's outdoor.
Outdoor roller coaster. It is a 2-seater roller coaster, so it's a motorbike with a like little passenger. What you call it?
I want to call it like a little cab, I guess you would say.
Okay, yeah, cab. That's right. It's a little cab on the side, and there's not too much I know about it. I'm not a fan of Harry Potter. Did you watch Harry Potter?
I'm not a fan of Harry Potter, but I mean, I've seen the movies, I've read some of the books. It's just not something I'm too into. But
yeah, I went to see the first movie, school, field trip, and everyone fell asleep. And I had free nachos. Yeah. But, it's, but I can say I have ridden one Harry Potter ride, and like I said, not knowing much about Harry Potter, 'cause I won't go read the books. By the time it got that big that we should be reading books, there were too many books. I wasn't going to read through all of those, and the movies didn't entertain me at all. But the rides are both the Escape from Gringotts ride, and it's pretty entertaining. It's a 3D ride. It's pretty fun. For someone who doesn't know anything about Harry Potter, you didn't really need to. You might have knew who some of the characters were and whatnot. Yeah, being not a fan of Harry Potter, still it's fun. Have you ridden the other Harry Potter rides?
I've ridden. I don't even know all the Harry Potter.
I don't know what the castle called. Have you been in that?
I've been in that one. That one I like. As far as the other one, what is it in Hogsmeade? That's the one with the bank.
Restaurant. No, that's the Escape from Gringotts.
Escape from Gringotts. I've ridden that one probably like once or twice, but I can't really get on that one because of the whole spins and that it honestly gives me a headache. But yeah, the castle one is I would say the best out of all three. Like I said, I haven't read this new one, but I'm honestly, from the videos I've seen on YouTube, I'm not a fan. So, I mean, you guys check it out, see how you like it, or even watch the YouTube video first. If you like it, I would say go try it out. Just make sure you go on a good day because you don't want to wait in that line.
Also, make sure you watch that video after you finish watching this one. Yeah, that's all we have for the opening topic for today. So if you're planning on visiting the Orlando, Florida area and you're going to the park, check the ride out. Also, we would suggest, you're going in the morning. The best thing to do is ride all of Universal's and Islands of Adventure's other rides, and then go to that Harry Potter one, because even though that wait is really long, it's longest in the morning, which means no one's getting on those other rides. They're trying to beat that line.
Yeah.
So, if you're not a fan of Harry Potter, it's the perfect time to go to the park.
Also, make sure you're staying hydrated because it is like 90 all the way up to what you say,
100 degrees.
100
Yeah, I got it in my
degrees
car. It has a little temperature thing on it. It said, I don't know if it's the temperature inside or outside the car. I'm assuming outside because you don't want to have the air on. It's got this super high number. But it says 102 degrees. Also, I have a black car, so I don't know where the temperature gauge is on that, so that just absorbs heat. Which I wish I had thought about before moving down here and buying a black car just before moving to Florida.
Yeah.
Do not buy black cars if you plan on living in Florida.
Unless you park in the garage, of course. But, I mean...
And don't buy white cars either, because there's dirt everywhere, because everything is under construction.
Silver's the way to go, people. Silver or gold. I have a silver car. I love it. You can't see the dirt. You can't really...
I prefer like a navy blue, or if you got a nice sports car, red, with a black racing stripe. You gotta have the racing stripe on the sports car. That's just what I'm saying. I mean, my car is kind of sporty, but because it's black, it doesn't need a racing stripe. Anyway, now we're gonna go to this new section. If you watched the last video, we did this, would you play it and would you watch it? To kind of condense it, I've created a section, and
it's also called Would You Buy It?
Yeah.
So
we have a new section, and if either A, have time, and B, if my computer cooperates, there'll be a nice graphic right here that'll say, would you blanket? Because we're now grouping all of it together. So we got several things, and we talk about those. And our first thing is, would you use it? Would you use Facebook cryptocurrency? Now, a lot of people out there, I don't know if you know about this, Michael, but a lot of people have probably seen the news of your Facebook selling your data to people, Facebook losing your data, Facebook being hacked by several people. Now those people have access to your information. And it just goes on and on and on. And it makes you wonder, do you really trust Facebook with your money? So let's start there, because there's some more information that I have about this we're going to go into. But would you trust Facebook with your money?
honestly, I don't get on Facebook as much as I used to. So with my money, no. And I say that because it's a social media. And like you said earlier, it is always getting hacked or people like logging into other people's stuff. So if you have something private on there or like as far as your money, nah, I can't.
Yeah, there is a lot of skepticism going around. But what if I told you that Facebook is not the main one pushing this? It is 12 different companies that include MasterCard and PayPal, just to name a few. Now would you use it?
Still no. Only because like I have a MasterCard, but it's through my bank. So I mean, I stick to my bank. Stick to what I know.
Now, for those who don't know what cryptocurrency is, and if you've probably heard of Bitcoin or Litecoin or any of these other coins, pretty much what it is a digital currency. There's no physical money attached to it. And so you would use that to purchase things. Now, those in the know that a single Bitcoin right now is worth like $9,000. So if you have a Bitcoin, guard that thing with your life. Like, there's other people who like threw away hard drives that have Bitcoins on them. They're like sitting in landfills somewhere. Please do not go digging through landfills looking for Bitcoins. Now, the difference between this Facebook cryptocurrency, which I believe was called Libra, is what they're calling it, is that there is kind of actual money attached to it. Unlike it's a really weird thing, but a lot of news articles have been going on about it. One of the things I like about YouTube is it's really easy to find accurate information outside of what the news headline is. You'll read this headline about, why would Facebook make cryptocurrency? We don't need cryptocurrency. Because, and I might put a link to these guys' YouTube video because they, like us, now they have way more fans than we do. But like us, they are an independent YouTube channel, so I want to shout them out so they'll be in the comments. But they put I'm not a comment description, but they made a video and they talked about it. The thing is, they're not putting this out for Americans. This is for countries whose dollar may not be worth much. So it's for those like third world country kind of things, where they don't have the luxury of like, oh, I'm gonna pay $1 for this cheeseburger at McDonald's. But in their money, it's like, oh, I'm paying 500 of whatever currency I have in this country for this cheeseburger. But I only get 7 of these an hour.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of, despite that their money may be worth less than ours, they are still getting it like it's, we make $10 an hour here, they might be making $10 an hour, or not dollars, but whatever their currency is there, but theirs isn't worth 10 American dollars.
Yeah.
So this is what the cryptocurrency that Facebook is trying to do is going for. It's like, I can see why Facebook put their brand onto this, because this is a good thing for those people. But at the same time, Facebook has been through so much negative stuff. I would have rather PayPal stepped up and like, it's PayPal's Libra, PayPal's cryptocurrency. More people would have been okay with it. But yeah, I wouldn't use it only because A, it's really not for us to use. And B, it's Facebook.
Yeah, it is Facebook.
It's like the biggest problem. Despite no matter how trustworthy the other companies are, it's still Facebook. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go to our next one, which is, would you watch it? So I don't know if it's out yet. I keep seeing trailers, but nothing saying if it's out yet or not. But it's the new Spider-Man Far From Home movie.
That's the one about, I think, Iron Man?
No. That's the one with Mysterio. Is the villain for it. Iron Man was in the first one, I think. It showed up there too.
This isn't the one where he's gonna become like an Iron Man, Spider-Man thing?
Oh, the Iron Spider. I don't know. I haven't seen too many of the trailers. I've only seen like 2 of the trailers. There's like a ton of them, and they're like, it's a new trailer. This happens too. It's like, I could just put all the trailers together and watch the movie.
Watch the whole movie, yeah.
But me being a big comic book fan, I do know all these different outfits and stuff Spider-Man has. The Iron Spider is the Spider-Man outfit that Iron Man gives him. It has like robotic arms that come out and stuff. I don't remember seeing that in him. I do know he has like a new suit for this movie.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if it was that one specific. But I'm curious because I didn't see the last movie, Spider-Man 1. And I kind of wanted to see it because I was curious I know the behind the scenes of why they're not getting certain villains in these Spider-Man movies. But part of it's Sony, part of it's Universal. All these movie studios can't be friends for 5 seconds to give us a good movie. The fact that the last one had the Vulture was one of the main villains, and I never found the Vulture to be that good of a villain, like from the old cartoons. So I didn't bother to go see that movie. Mysterio, also not a good villain. He's one of the lamer villains actually, because he doesn't have any actual abilities or power. For those who don't know the history of Mysterio, his character is a movie effects artist. And in the original comic books when he was introduced, he used his movie effects and wanted to prove he was better than Spider-Man and wanted to be a superhero himself. So using these things, he challenged Spider-Man to like these different things and broadcast it all over TV. Spider-Man won and made him look like a complete doofus on national television. So he then dresses up like Spider-Man, tries to frame Spider-Man for several crimes, and decided he's then going to show up as this new hero, beat Spider-Man, show the world he's the best hero. He just stopped this evil Spider-Man, and that didn't work. So because he's not actually strong at all, he gets his butt kicked by Spider-Man every time because he's good with playing mind games, but he's not good at fighting. He can't do the physical stuff. So it was weird that they put him in a movie as the villain, and I kind of just want to see what they do with the villain that lane. Like, what do you even do? Because the fight would not be that great. So there has to be another villain in this movie. I'm still waiting to see whether or not we're gonna get Kingpin in a Spider-Man movie because he's supposed to be the Spider-Man. But I know we're not gonna get Daredevil's Kingpin, which is the best Kingpin. Second best Kingpin. First best Kingpin came from the Daredevil movie. And he passed away, so he can't be Kingpin anymore. Rest in peace. Second Kingpin. So, would you go see this movie?
Yeah, I'm a Spider-Man fan, so why not? I've seen Into the Spider-Verse, which I think was the last one that came out.
That's the animated one. They had another live action one that came out before, like the Endgame and Infinity War stuff.
Oh wow, I'll have to go check that out.
I think that was Homecoming.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to go check that out now too. So,
yeah, it looks like it's a good watch. I might check it out too. I got some free movie tickets. I need to use them on something. So, now for the last would you section is would you buy it? Now, I want to do something fun for this. I'm a car man. How are you in cars?
I'm in the cars.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert on any cars. I'm more of the outer beauty of cars. Like, that car is nice. And then when you throw them jacked up rims and spinnings and all like that car's a piece of garbage driving straight to the dump. Like, I'm into the original look of cars. Like, yeah, some cars can be nice and modified with little spoilers in the back or something fancy like that. But the more original the car is, the better I like it.
Yeah.
One of the things we're going to do is I wanted to take a look at these three cars for mostly two of them for what's under the hood and one of them for what we don't have. So I took these two cars, the Nissan Leaf and the Hyundai Elantra. I picked those because Nissan Leaf is an electric car, and according to CarMax, was 2018's top electric car. And I picked the Honda Elantra because it was the small compact car by CarMax for that same year. Now, me personally, I don't like the look of the Nissan Leaf, but we're also moving into a world where they're trying to make everything electronic. So if money was not an option, if you walked into the car lot and it was miles before you can get to the next place to buy a car, and all they had was the Nissan Leaf, any color you wanted, or the Hyundai Elantra, any color you wanted, at the max trim level, all the fancy bells and whistles in them, which one would you go towards?
Well, I'm not a fan of small cars, so probably the Nissan Leaf. And I'll say that because like I have a Nissan Altima 2015. I'm trying to stick to what I know. Now
the Elantra, even though it's in the small car category, it is still about the size of like Nissan Sentras and stuff like that. So it's a compact sedan is what they consider it. So it's kind of bigger than the Leaf, but which is more of a hatchback kind of thing.
Might have to change plans. So then maybe I don't know. That'll be a hard mix up because I'm not really a hatchback fan.
Yeah,
but
I'm not much of a hatchback fan either.
But like Hyundai, I'll be sort of in the middle.
Now I had the opportunity of either getting my Nissan Sentra or the Hyundai Elantra, and I picked Nissan Sentra because it's like the Honda Sonata. But in this instance, I would pick the Hyundai only because, me personally, I don't think I could own an electric car.
Yeah.
Here's why. Like, when you get off of work, how many times have you gone home, put your phone down, and just went to bed? Never charged the phone. You get up in the morning freaking because your phone is now dead. Of course, it's not the end of the world. It's your phone. And in 2019, you can communicate in various other ways other than the phone. So you can get on the computer and still make phone calls. But Yeah, just like you didn't charge your phone for the day. Now, imagine that happening with your car. I've gotten out of my car and forgotten to lock it a few times because I was dead tired coming home from work. Just happened to be lucky I was somewhere where I could leave a door unlocked overnight. But it's like that it's one thing to wake up to a dead phone. It's another thing to wake up to a dead car.
Yeah.
You know, had to call in work. I'm gonna be late for work. I didn't charge my car last night.
Yeah, I can't.
You know, I don't have to remember every night to put gas in my car because I'm gonna put that in like once a week and be good for a whole week. But you have to remember to charge it because you're not gonna charge it every night.
No.
Because hopefully you're not gonna need to charge it every night.
That's a high light bill at that too.
Yeah. So like literally, I don't have to charge my phone when I go to bed at night. It has a decent enough battery that I can charge it when I get up in the morning. But the car, like I said, getting into a car and you ever had a car not starting? Have you ever had a car not starting? And that feeling you have when you turn that key?
Your heart sinks. My car actually died. My battery died at work. I had just got off. Thank God it was parked in the shade. And it was still daytime at that. So I was able to get like security or whatever to come give me a jump, whatever. But I was literally ticked off because I have to push this stuff. And with the whole key fob thing, I know it's annoying. You're able to turn it off. But with the push to start, you got your foot on the brake and nothing comes on. You don't even get a little warning type thing.
I'm dreading the day where I get a new car and then I have to push the button.
Yeah.
Like I like the feeling of just turning that key, hearing that engine turn, and you're like, we're good. Because what that terrifies me more than turning my key and nothing happened.
Yeah.
I like freaked out when my computer didn't turn on one day because I kept hitting the power button. I was like, what you doing? Oh, there it goes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so imagine doing that with electric car.
Yeah.
That's something your car gives you a warning whenever you need gas.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never drove an electric car.
I'm sure they have like the little battery icon on there, and it probably beeps and does all sorts of things to let you know. I had a job doing driving valet cars, and I got into a car one time, and it literally spoke everything that was wrong with the car before you could move. And I'm like, and these were some serious issues with this person's car. They needed an oil change. They needed to check the tire pressure. They needed to check their engine. I'm like, how are these people driving this car not knowing all this stuff is wrong? Now imagine if that person had an electric car and then one of those issues came up, you need to charge your battery. It just told you need to charge your battery. You're ignoring it. So it's real easy to just ignore lights that pop up. Like even today now, like there's certain my first car at one point, the check engine light was just on. There was nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with the engine. It was just on. And it would eventually just turn off halfway while I'm. Okay, let's talk about, so now this is Michael's topic. That's what we're going to call this segment because our first video, if you watched it, didn't have a lot of Michael in it. So this is a way to just even out the videos because I do a lot of the planning, but of course, most of the topics, I'm very limited on the stuff that I'm knowledgeable on. It's mostly movies, video games, TV shows, music. And that's it. So we're going to pull out some other stuff. And what are we talking about today, Michael?
First off, we're going to be talking about LeBron and his team connection. All right? Well, so if you guys do watch sports, basketball, whatever, basketball is my favorite sport. Do you like basketball?
I grew up with basketball. I I kind of fell off of it after the 90s. We started getting into the 2000s and everything was all. I don't even know. It's just, Michael Jordan retired and he started acting, and then all these other people were like, "Oh, I'm gonna be the new Michael Jordan now." And I'm like, you can't be the new Michael Jordan. So
okay, well, since we're on that topic of Michael Jordan,
let's finish with the LeBron. Talk about this team connection thing, because you told me about it a little bit before we started recording, and it still sounds stupid. So all
right, so LeBron, as you know right now, is LeBron. LeBron's the face of the NBA.
Yes.
And he has been for quite some time. But what do you guys think about LeBron recruiting players? You used to know of it used to be the office recruiting players. Hey, come to our team. But LeBron is that spokesman, since he's the face of the NBA. Hey, come to the Lakers because it's the Lakers. I'm LeBron James. Who doesn't want to play with LeBron James? Who didn't want to play with Michael Jordan? And so LeBron is that Michael Jordan of this era. Would you be on LeBron's team if you knew you may not win a championship? Because as you guys know, Curry and the Warriors have a super team. You know who Steph Curry is. You know who Kevin Durant is.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson. So they've won the last few years. LeBron, this is the first year LeBron didn't make it to the playoffs. Very first year. He didn't make it. And surprisingly, the Warriors didn't win either. Guess who won? Toronto. They're not even part of the United States.
And the thing is, because I don't follow back, I actually knew that because a gaming, it's kind of funny, a gaming YouTube channel that I watch, one of the people who were on there was a fan of the Raptors. He would just have he had this like jersey that had like all of their logos over the years on it, and he wouldn't stop. I was like, you are a video game channel.
Well, yeah, the Raptors actually won, which is, their first year, which I'm happy for. I hate seeing the same teams win over and over. And 2 year back to back. Okay, cool. But if you're the same team winning every year, it's not really sports anymore. It's more of a, hey, we made it to the playoffs. We're gonna win this year. Hey, we made it to the playoffs. We're gonna win this year. It feels kind of rigged.
Yeah.
So with LeBron recruiting players, would you want to be part of his team, even though it may not call for a championship? But you can say, hey, I played with LeBron James, one of the best to ever play basketball.
Now me, if I was a basketball player, to be honest, I wouldn't. And here's why. Now, LeBron James may be the best. I'm gonna put that in air quotes. The thing is, like you said, one, there's no guarantee he's gonna make it to a championship. Two, the fact is, like you said, everyone wants to play with LeBron James, but that don't make him the best just because he's the face of everything. Like, I would be like, I wouldn't want to be just recruited because LeBron James was. Now, that may look good if you actually suck a little bit. You're like, there's like zero chance I'm going to get picked by anyone else. This is my best chance to go in. But one, he's going to be looking for the best of the best. Which means now you're going to have a team of people trying to outdo each other so they can be as good or better than LeBron James. And it's hard to sit there and try to outdo your own teammates and then still work as a team. So, if I wanted to prove to be better than LeBron James, I want to be on whatever rival team is out there. So, I'd be jumping on the Raptors right now. Like, oh, let's go for number 2. Oh, we're going to go against LeBron James. And I'm going to show y'all how I'm better than LeBron. Because you're having a team, I don't feel like LeBron James would have recruit a team of team players, and that would be my thing. So whoever the coach is, he the coach of the team?
No.
Yeah, whoever the coach is, I would be concerned about this.
But it's LeBron James. LeBron James knows what he's talking about. LeBron James has studied the game. He has said himself.
LeBron plays. I think it was LeBron that said he did this. Played NBA 2K
Yes.
to practice. How about playing with your team to practice and learn how your team works?
He does that too. He said before the season starts, he plays at least 180 games just to practice. So you know this guy's putting in work every day before the actual next season. So being that LeBron is LeBron James, I honestly would play with him. But like you said, you can only have so many good players on the team before everybody tries to outdo each other.
And that's another thing. Basketball teams are bigger than the 5 people you see on the court. A lot of people who aren't that into like to just watch it don't realize that there's a team of probably like 10, 15, 20 people sitting on that sideline that will never touch that court. So if LeBron James gets this group of people, now they all got to fight to see who's going to be on that court. And it won't be long before some behind the scenes stuff start going on. You know, somebody decides, you know what, I'm not going to pass the ball to you this time. I'm taking this shot, miss, no championship.
I don't know.
Like, sure, playing on his team would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It would, being picked by LeBron James would definitely get you a lot of places for your future career. But at the same time, you're kind of going to be kind of scaled back too, because you're going to have a bunch of high potential people with you. All of them have potential to be better than LeBron James, but you stuck being either at or below LeBron because he's not going to sit on the bench for you. Yeah, so now you're stuck with that.
That's fair. Moving on to our next section. All right. This one, since we're on still the topic of LeBron James, but and you guys pretty much already know where this has come up so many times since LeBron has been in the NBA. But let's start out. We'll go by layers. So Kobe's not in the NBA anymore. Jordan's not in the NBA anymore. You know which it's LeBron.
Yeah.
But who do you think is better? LeBron James.
Better at playing basketball or just better all around?
All around. We'll go LeBron versus Kobe first. Why do you think LeBron?
I just don't. Maybe it's the way he carries himself, or maybe it's like news that I've read. But Kobe doesn't seem like a good person. Maybe this is me. I've only ever seen like every time he shows up in the news, it's something bad, and I'm like, Kobe.
Where have you been the last few years? Kobe Bryant actually, he just had his fourth baby?
Yeah.
It's a girl, of course.
I mean, yeah, when you leave the NBA, I mean, things are going great for you. I mean, the Camp 1, cameras are pressed on you every waking moment anymore, trying to see what you're doing. So, you know, there's a lot of that. But, I mean, there's two things, like, with both LeBron and Michael. I don't know, has Kobe done anything for any kind of
outside work
communities or anything like that? Because, you know, Michael Jordan has, like, done things like whole camps and stuff to teach kids to play basketball and stuff. And LeBron has built schools.
And all right, on that point, LeBron James has done a lot in the NBA, but also a lot out of the NBA. Yeah. He's built schools, which I personally haven't heard Michael or Kobe do that. I've heard of the whole camps training and everything. But
now I understand. Yes, I'm gonna say LeBron. Yeah, that was a good thing, opening schools. But I will say, Michael probably would have opened schools if he was not in the time period he was in. It's just LeBron is it's a different America right now. It's a lot easier for rich black people to do things that they want to do as opposed to do things that they're allowed to do. Like, nobody's going to stop Michael Jordan from training some kids in some basketball park somewhere. But to get a school built, you got to go through government agencies and all of that stuff. bunch of people who, I don't know where the school, I forgot where the school was, but I don't know how forthcoming these government officials are. But you have a lot of others, bigger, higher people who could care less how much money you make or how popular or how famous you are, having this be that, sure, you can open the school.
With that being said, though, and I'm about to put a little bit into it, okay? So, LeBron James having a school built, like you said, it is a different time period and everything like that. But Michael Jordan, everybody knew who Michael Jordan was. Everybody still knows who Michael Jordan is. Everybody knows who LeBron is. Everybody know about LeBron's being from where he's from, Ohio, stuff like that. But with LeBron building schools and doing stuff outside of the NBA, I feel like that's a lot bigger than Michael Jordan. What you see pictures of Michael Jordan holding trophies, yeah. That's inside the NBA. Outside the NBA, you heard of Michael Jordan shining with Nike brands. That still ties into the NBA.
Now, there are actually rumors going around about that Nike stuff is that he is actually not happy with where Jordans are, what that brand has become.
Of course not. He don't even wear his own shoes. You see him walking around wearing New Balance and some 20 pair of shoes you can buy from Walmart. All of these other people out here spending $200, $300 on some shoes, fighting over them, when Jordan don't even wear his own shoe. LeBron wears his own shoe, but yet, I mean, LeBron's shoes are also up there. I'm telling you.
Aren't they still, like, isn't his shoe supposed to be replacing the Jordans? Aren't they still by Nike, but they're going to be replacing Jordans with LeBron's shoe?
They all by Nike. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But with Kobe, Michael, he back then, I only saw pictures of him buying Ferraris, buying all of this unnecessary merchandise rather than giving back to his community. Besides, now he's opening camps and training with all of these people. Yeah, that's cool, but what are you doing besides that? Are you helping the kids, or are you getting the kids to, oh, buy my shoe, oh, buy this, oh, buy this?
Now, Michael Jordan, okay. So yeah, he got money. And yes, he flaunts it. And he has what I call rich black syndrome. Which is something majority of rappers suffer with. It's, hey, you know, and little known fact is like a lot of that big fancy stuff that they buy, they don't actually full out buy. They either get it at like a super huge discount so they can pose with it and make this brand a whole lot of money, or they'll just get it for free and say, oh yeah, I just bought a Ferrari. Ferrari just gave you that car. But Ferrari's not going to say they gave you that car. So, you know, but thing is, and yes, he's still making money now because he's doing like Hanes commercials and stuff. So he's not broke. But at the same time, I see where you're getting at, but LeBron's level of fame right now, yes, he's the face of like basketball, but there's been plenty of faces of basketball. And being the face of basketball doesn't put you at like high level of fame. It puts you at high basketball fame. Like within the basketball community, people are going to be, yeah, anything basketball related, I want LeBron James to do it. But, you know, we'll see where this new Space Jam movie LeBron James is supposed to be in goes. It's probably not going to be good. But yeah, I don't know. But I want to know what y'all think in the comments though, because the Michael Jordan, LeBron James thing has been like, it spans decades and generations. From little kids to old farts. Everybody has got an opinion on that one. So, yeah. And I want y'all to remember, like, leave stuff in the comments, because the next videos we come out with, we're going to look through these comments, and if anything pops up interesting, something that we talked about, y'all are talking about too, we might bring it up for round 2. You know, anything, whether it be LeBron James versus Michael Jordan, or You might just throw a third player in there. Who you think the best basketball player right now? Do you think these two are overrated and we should be still talking about Larry Bird, even though he hasn't played basketball in years? But yeah, just leave a thing in the comments. Now, we're going to go to
songs of the week. You want to go first?
I think I'll go. Let's see, I think I'll let you go first because we need to hear yours.
Okay.
I might give that a try.
You like it? Alright, so that was...
Listening to it, it sounded like it had purpose to it.
Yeah.
Unlike other people who just make a song about stupid.
Yeah. So that was the it's called ADHD/ISIS. I don't know why I put beef in there. They say beef a lot. So but yeah, it's called ISIS by Joyner Lucas and Logic. It has a purpose behind it.
Yeah.
Even though it might be a little make you feel a little uneasy.
It's extremely direct in what it's trying to say, but if you're not paying attention, it can come off the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because when I first started looking at it, I was like, this looks like this gonna be bad. Then I started listening to it, I was like, okay, I see what they're trying to do here.
So, I actually like the song. I'm a fan of Joyner Lucas. He came out a few years back. He's actually really good. He also did a song with Eminem, and you'll have to hear that. But also Logic. Logic is an actual lyricist too, other than all these other rappers. But yeah.
I know. I actually have songs with Logic in it in my music library. Not many. I think it's like 1 or 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. If you like it, make sure you go check it out. I don't know if we can leave the actual lyrics in the video or even play a little skit of it, but yeah, if you want to check it out.
One of the things about the video is they did, at the beginning of the video, it helps, especially with the type of video they were making. They did put some of the lyrics on the screen so you can see what's the starting of it. Not the whole song, its lyrics isn't there, but it started out. So that was a very smart move by whoever directed that music video and put that together. Because the way it was, like I said, the way the music video looks, it looked like it was going to go in a very bad place.
Yeah.
So without that context of the song, it would probably be highly offensive to many people. But personally, I probably in 2019, people are sadly, Americans are very sensitive people nowadays. I probably would have scaled back a little bit on some of the stuff in the video, but the message is a good message. It is. I didn't get to hear the whole song. I'm gonna go listen to that. But from what I've heard, it is actually not just talking about ADHD. It's not just that. It's also talking about the culture of young America. From what I can hear, people talk about stuff like it was nothing. Like people scream out on video games they're playing for, I'm gonna kill you, like it was nothing. Go back to before the days of the internet. If you just walked into the room and just yelled, I'm gonna kill you to somebody, police are getting called. I can see why they wanted to push the video that far, because people behave like that nowadays. They don't care they don't think about who they're offending, who they're yelling to, who they're going to trigger with some kind of crazy mess like that. No. But, yeah, that's a good pick for the week. I'm torn between 2 songs right now. One, I'm probably going to save for next week because I haven't actually I've only listened to it once, and I wanted to not be so depressed and have some actually good music. But this one is actually a fun song.
Okay.
What you just heard was 4 nerdcore hip hop artists that combined to create a group called the Writers Guild. This is 3 or 4. I think it's only 4 of them. But it's spearheaded by Mega Man, who's one of my favorite nerdcore artists, and actually one of my top 10 hip hop artists of all time. And the reason is, one of the things I like about him is like he's a really good hip hop artist, and he breaks every stereotype of a hip hop artist. One, he was a school teacher. He taught kids at school. I think he's from Chicago or something. And he was using music to keep his kids wanting to come to school. And he wasn't anymore. But he took the hip hop thing. He would rap about. He started out rapping about like video games and stuff. Square Enix and Capcom both contacted him. Alright. Now, with the music he was doing music based on their games. So he was using the characters' names. He was using some of the music from the games, kind of mixed by a DJ to fit to a hip hop song. And normally, when you hear something like that, the thing that usually happens is Company A calls up rapper and like, you need to pay for that. Give us money now. But no, they enjoyed it and liked it, and they wanted him to keep going. But the Writers Guild is a great song because it is a song about the decline of hip hop. Like you were talking about a moment ago, like you had these new artists and they were doing something productive with their music. Like they were trying to express something, and which is what music is supposed to be for us. It's an expression of something you try to explain to someone and you don't know how to explain that thing, so you use music to do it.
Yeah.
And that is something that's gone out the window. Like, and the song is pretty much song. No, it's not. That form of music is not dead, and we gonna do whatever we can. The group, even if it's just the 4 of us, the only people doing it, we gonna keep trying to do it. And pretty much the song is more of like a introduction of each person, but it's at the same time it's showing like, hey, you can make a song, awesome song, and you ain't gotta have sex in it, you ain't gotta be high in it, you ain't gotta kill people in it. You can make a good, fun song without all the extra, and that's what they set out to do. And Mega Man is one, like I said, he's one of the artists that I like that actually does that. He's like, he could talk about all the horrible stuff. And he does have a few songs. He has 2 personas. He has Mega Man and then he has Randall. And it's just genuine. You can tell when an artist is making genuine music that they enjoy. They're not doing it for the fancy cars, the record labels, and the pop parties and all that. They're doing it because they got something to say. And they want you to hear it. Whether it's important or just them having fun. And that's why I picked this song for the week. It's just something, it's a fun little song. Yes, it has an important message to it about the current state of hip hop, but they're having fun with it at the same time. You can hear it in the music. So those are the songs. Anything extra you want to go in before we sign off for this one?
Not really. Just make sure you tune in to our last video. We did put that one up. What was it? Last Tuesday.
Yeah.
So if you haven't,
it actually went up Thursday, but yeah, we recorded it last Tuesday.
Okay. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you go check that out. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it, and also turn on that notification just so you guys will be updated. So when we put up a new video, And yeah, tell us what you think. Put it in comments. We would love the feedback, whether it's positive, negative, anything you guys think we should work on. Any topics you guys want to talk about, or
and if you want to support us, there's a Patreon and a link in the description. And I think we got anything else, dude? I do have one more thing. I do have a side project I do as well. I'll put a link in the description of that too. It's a short series of short stories called Problem Child. Those go up every Monday, and I have to spend a whole week of that doing that. So yeah, I got 2 projects going. This and some short stories. So I have plenty of stuff. If you don't like watching videos and you like reading, I got something for you. And we got other stuff down the pipeline, bigger stuff coming. So we just need you to like our stuff. Anything else?
not that I know of. That's about it.